Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. Today we go back to Imminence, the Swedish band that caught my imagination last year when I did my first reaction to them. This new one is called Jaded. Now, what blew me away about Imminence the first time was the duality of acoustic beauty in songwriting and absolute savagery. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang on one second. We'll come back and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, the first time I saw Imminence, I was captivated by their use of the violin, their use of vocal arrangements. They have a beautiful melodic tone singer, and then he goes into this harsh vocal that sounds more like a desperate cry to be heard and understood versus someone who's just trying to blah, you know? And in it becomes a beauty. Haven't seen Jaded yet, but if it's anything like any of the previous Imminence reactions I've done, well, expect beauty and savagery at the same time. Let's get into it right now. This is from a Rising Empire Records, outstanding label. Let's get into this. I'm excited. You heard the distorted low end, and the violin was like brr, na na na, brr, na na. I'm like, beauty and savagery, and the song hadn't even started yet, and I was like, see, I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play. Go. look, there's a Virtue Anxiety. Love those guys. That was a good reaction too. Check that one out as well. All right, so A Rising Empire, Imminence, Jaded. I'm gonna go ahead and mute it so I can tell you guys what I'm thinking. Like I said before, the first time I heard them, I thought of beautiful, yet, you know, beauty and savagery. And it was there again. Rapidly becoming, was already one of my favorite bands from Europe. But there's so many amazing bands from Europe that I love. It's a long list, right? And from so many different genres. This one is one of my favorites from this aspect. They take the violin, one of the most beautiful instruments, yet the violin in classical music is the lead guitar. It has that ability to scream out music. Well, before the electric guitar, violin was that savagery. Well, they incorporate that into their musical setup in the most beautiful way. The guitars are well done. The arrangement is outstanding. The rhythm section, drummer, bass, outstanding teamwork. During that breakdown, it wasn't just a breakdown where everyone was just gonna, you know, go half count, you know, and just drop heavy on the down notes. No, the rhythm section continued on with this variation of this build and tags and fluidity while the rest of the band was doing that slow count, heavy down beat that makes a breakdown big. Rhythm section just continued on filling it in, making it complex, beautiful, outstanding work. Vocally, I mean, it's a perfect balance between the beauty and the savagery. Imminence. If you've never heard this band before, and my reaction is the first time you've ever come in contact with this band, you're welcome. And I am happy to share these guys with you. I love them the first time I saw them because I was so confused because they were like my first realization last year that, man, there's something completely different going on in Europe where there are no rules. They'll take any instrument they want. They'll take any style they want. And then they start bouncing in and out. Nick Nocturnal is making videos and making posts on Twitter right now saying in 5 years, there will be no genres. And I think he's right. I think the bands are having the reins let go by labels and by the industry saying, oh, well, you're a deathcore band, or you're a pop punk band, or you're a death metal band, or you're a hardcore. None of that stuff matters anymore. You can literally be creative and just meld through music. It doesn't have to be in a genre, because this song had like 3 different genres in it. If you take the violin with guitars and that syncopated beat, people are like, oh, it's pop punk, it's Yellow Card. And no, it's not. And then the savagery of the harsh vocals, the breakdowns. Is this metalcore? Is it? It's not. It's none of those things. You know what it is? It's Imminence. I think we've come full circle. I think we in the 80s and 90s and the 2000s, the early 2000s, record labels determined what bands were going to be. They determined what you were going to listen to because they controlled radio stations, they controlled MTV, they controlled it all. And then in the 20 teens and the early in these last 10 years, you start seeing so many different genres that are now putting it out, but everyone was in a genre. And the last 3 years after COVID and during COVID, bands sat down and said, we're going to do anything and everything. We're just going to be as creative as possible. So now we're going to start seeing them transition away from genres, and we have no idea what's going to happen next. Kind of exciting to me. I hope you enjoy it. All right, everybody, check them out from A Rising Empire. This is Imminence. I'll have all of Imminence's information in my description below. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming in. Like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you. And with that, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right there. Big thank you to all my Patreons out there. We appreciate everything you do. If you want more content like this video, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.